Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast tonight. It is Tuesday, December 21st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hi, Maddie. And I am delighted to see everybody. I will be broadcasting live for the next 3 hours. I am here for conversation, companionship, coloring, and whatever else we can dream up. Hello, hello, hello to everybody. I broadcast 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. Hello, DeLynn. And I'm so glad to see everybody. All right. So let me do a little bit of camera adjustment here. Come on in, sit right down, baby, let your hair hang down. Oh my. Hold on, I gotta fix something here. There we go. So welcome to everybody. We have a special broadcast tonight, but before we do that, I've got to make announcements. I always have to make announcements after I greet everybody. I am so ready for this broadcast. I hope everybody's having a good day. Please don't be shy about saying hello. Hello, Luba. Welcome. Everybody get settled and comfortable. I've got a special broadcast tonight because I have a guest coming in. Anyone care to guess who's coming in? I'm being silly. All right, Laura Kilgore is coming in. She will be here. Hello, Ashley. And we're going to be doing a duet coloring along. And this is the picture. And not only are we doing a duet, but this picture is available. Laura, hello. This picture is available in albums from Laura. All right, couple quick announcements. Laura, I'll bring you on shortly. So tonight is our night with Laura and coloring, and you can color. Please be sure to get your image. Tomorrow, we've got Robbie coming in. I've got a color along that I'm going to be doing. It's a Christmas color along. This image is also available, so please, hello, Melissa. So Robbie Biggs will be in here tomorrow, and he will be playing Christmas music and hymns for us. Live, because all my things are live. And I just want to remind my members also that our contest picture with Dawn is due Sunday. So we've got a lot going on this week. I know everybody's busy, Christmas, so on, but hey, let's have some fun. So this picture is also available for you to pick up, and we'll be coloring this tomorrow. Okay. This is the image we're doing tonight. I'm not doing 30 Days of Creativity tonight because obviously Laura is here. We'll be on number 29 and number 30. This is just flown by. I do a lot of sketching and doodling for you guys. We've had a lot of fun. Everything that I do goes to video. Oh yeah, the contest submissions are beautiful. And this we've been coloring every night. I supply, well, okay, let me do this. So what I do is I supply an image, and every night you can color along with me. I do, since I'm on for 3 hours, I break it up. But this is the image that we're currently all working on right now. And I want you to know that I drew in the lanterns and showed everybody how to do that. That's based on our 30 days of creativity, because I want you guys to be comfortable to do doodling. Zoom in. Zoom in. So this one is a color along. And you guys are telling me that you enjoy that, so I make sure that there's always an image available for us to do. So after this one, which is still going to take a little bit, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. So after we do this one, I'll be doing another one. All right. Let me get Laura on. Laura, I need you to request again to come on, please. Or I can scroll back. Let's see here. I'll find you. Let me see. Let's do it this way. Hello, Dorothy. DeLynn, at the top of my group, it's in albums. Laura, do me a favor and request to come on camera again. Maggie, hi. Okay, I'm still waiting to hear from Laura. She may have been bumped off. Okay, let's see. So sit tight, everybody. I want to welcome everybody that hasn't been here before. I broadcast live 365 days of the year, including holidays. Hello, Rita. Maddie, good to see you as well. I'm always coloring something. Oh, you hit the button? Okay. Laura, back out of Facebook and then come back in again. Facebook is being wonky. Okay, Maddie, don't overdo. We know you're not feeling well. So we are a pretty funny group. Again, I come in every night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I would also encourage you to come in tomorrow night as well for when Robbie is here. Okay. Hello, June. Welcome. June O'Connell, welcome, welcome. So Maddie says she's a lot better, just sleep at this time now, good. Oh, okay. Except she sleeps when my broadcast is coming on. That's all right, Maddie, you just had some medical procedures done, so you need your rest. Yeah, it's not showing. Laura, did you pull completely out of Facebook? Completely quit the app and then come back in. And also, your phone needs to be horizontal. Well, doggone it. This worked last time you tried to come on. So guys, tell me how you're doing today while we're waiting on Laura here. Okay, Ashley, it says Ashley Harding wants to be in your video. Oh. Ashley, you better watch out. I may surprise you and bring you on while we're waiting. Oh, that's okay, Ashley. My gosh, no problems. So please, guys, let me know how you're doing today. Did you have a good day, I hope? Ashley, quit apologizing. I don't accept apologies in this room. I should have just accepted the request and then we could have had you on it while we're waiting for Laura. Okay, so let me do this while we're waiting. Okay, Delyn's doing well. Rhonda says very well. Abby came for a surprise visit while Kim was in with Paula. That was so nice. Maggie did some shopping. Russ went with us but didn't last long. Not with women. The men just can't hold out, guys. I'm telling you. Luba says, let's go, Laura. I'm there. Luba, did you get your image printed out? Okay, and while we're waiting for Laura, let me get the shine off these books. So Laura, the two books I have of hers are Angel Girl and Wine Time Anytime. Hello, Shelmar. Welcome to my group. And by the way, guys, if anything goes wrong with the broadcast, sometimes Facebook gets wonky. And if I have to end the broadcast just to clear that up, I come right back on. Oh, it wants you to update. Okay. Laura, go ahead and update. I'm going to show people the book. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get her. Okay. So, we're going to be coloring out of Angel Girls tonight. Laura, go ahead and do your update. And we're also going to, I'm going to show you Wine Time Anytime. Let me do this. She's got a wonderful, wonderful book. She's got a great coloring team. Now, and these are the images that are on here. So I'm going to do a casual flip through here. Beautiful, beautiful images here. And you can see what I like about these books. They're very clear and they're varied. I love them. Here's a really nice surreal one. So sit tight, everybody. Laura's just updating. This is a cutie. And then we'll get her on here. I think this one is so cute. Isn't that cute? And I like the combination of this kind of art and then these pictures. This one's pretty interesting. And remember, guys, obviously, and I love this one, obviously the books reflect the taste of the person that is publishing it. So this gives you a really good idea of Laura's taste. And if you like her taste, then there you go. Cutie, this is a good one. Now, I do a lot of instruction on how to color grayscale. I talk a lot about it in my groups. I do grayscale and line art. And I don't want anybody to be afraid of grayscale. This one would be interesting to do. Oh, I just noticed too, there's a snake in here. Look at that. Zoom in. Zoom in. Oh, we've got a snake by the little girl's feet. I just noticed that. Interesting. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. This will be great to do. So guys, don't be intimidated. And look at that. With the dolly. I love it. That's right. Mom will protect her from the snake. Beautiful images. And tonight we're going to be doing the duet coloring. So use this time to go into albums and pull the picture that we're going to color, which is this one. This will be fun to do. Another little cutie. Interesting artwork. This one is beautiful. Maddie, I think you would like this one. Isn't this gorgeous? This would be gorgeous. Yeah, the folds here. Beautiful. And I like this one as well. I'm going to turn this one. Isn't that cute? You could just do a really, you know, on this one, you could do all soft colors. Zoom in. You could do all soft colors if you wanted. Or you could do, for example, a vivid red on our rose here. And for my peeps, I've been teaching how to color berries, so this is a really good image to look at on this one. Okay, let's see if I can get you in here. Okay, and for some reason it's not letting me add you, Laura. Did you completely pull out and come back? You know, we did this before because everybody met you. Sit tight, everybody. So, let's see. Pull out of the group one more time. Pull out of Facebook. I haven't received any requests. And make sure that your camera or your phone is in the horizontal position. Let's see here. Let me try and give you something interesting to look at while I adjust this. Zoom out. Zoom out. Let's see here. Hello, Harriet. Good to see ya. We're trying to get Laura on. She's having a little bit of trouble getting in. All right, so let me show you more of her book while we're waiting. These images are beautiful. Yes, Harry, it's something. I love it when you do that. Harriet, go into albums and get the image that we're coloring tonight. Did you get this one? And welcome again to everybody who has been here before. I broadcast every night live. I do a bunch of different things. Okay, this one's interesting. All right. I see the request and it's telling me I can't bring you on at this time. Yes, ma'am, every night. All right, we're still trying to get Laura in. We had this working. She came in for a previous visit. Now, guys, I don't, let me explain. A little bit about myself. So, I'm available to do this. I have a master's degree in adult education, and I decided to put it to good use because I also enjoy the arts and coloring. And it also turns out that I have the time. to do this. Like I said, I don't get paid for this, but I come on every night. And if you know people that, a lot of people are suffering from depression. A lot of people don't have family or are alone. And so you are invited to definitely come in. And even if you don't color, guys, come on in and enjoy what we do. Hello, Jean. Hello, Sarah. Oh, okay, Luba. Okay, we got it. So we've got this.
Hi, ILene.
Hi, Laura. Yay.
We finally got it. Yay.
God.
It's just right up there with my day today. So I'm like, yes, nothing's going right today. So why would this go right?
Hey, you know what? If you're gonna, as I always say, if I'm gonna screw up, you might as well screw up big. Not saying you screwed up, but if it's gonna be a mess, you might as well go whole hog.
Exactly. It's like, why would I need to do an update in the middle of a broadcast? No, nonsense.
Yeah. Okay. And on top of that, you said you weren't feeling well. What's going on?
I am not. I just have a really bad sinus infection. I haven't had one of these in like 2 years or more, so I guess it just wanted to catch on and don't let go.
Oh man. Well, listen, let's do this.
But it's getting better.
All right. Well, grab your box of tissue, and if you need to
Yes.
blow the nose, have at it.
I got tissue. I got water. I got coloring pencils. I thought about having a cheat sheet just so that way I could be like a head start because I'm like the slowest colorist ever. But I was like, no, we'll see how far I get.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, and that's all right. I've been showing now. Did you get yourself a glass of wine or, whatever?
Yeah, no, I need some hot brandy. Maybe that might help.
Well, listen, if we're, look, seriously, during coloring, if you need to get some hot brandy, go ahead and get it.
The only thing is I don't have brandy. I got some bourbon. Bourbon might work.
Hey, whatever works. Okay,
Exactly.
so this is what we're doing tonight. I want to introduce Laura Kilgore, and she is the author of these books here that I've been going through, plus a bunch of others. Laura, did you happen to read the description that I wrote of the event? Because I updated it a little bit from what you sent me.
I did read it.
Okay. And Laura has done over, now, if I'm incorrect in anything, let me know. But you've done over 45 books of Grayscale. Is that correct?
Yes, I have. Actually, I've done 46, working on 47 now.
Okay, 47 books that she has done. So she is a prolific Grayscale artist. And what I did is I invited her to come in tonight because we're going to do a duet color along, which is our little girl here. And that is available in our group under albums. So please go ahead and grab that real quick so you can color along. And I would encourage you, Laura, can you see comments while we're coloring?
Actually, I can see comments this time.
Okay, good, perfect. So what we'll do, and I'll try and make sure that there's a, a darker background so it's easy to see. So this interaction, and this is why I do this for artists, is number one, I want to showcase them, but number two, I want to give you guys access, and if you have any questions at all, please ask. That's the whole point of this, and for doing the color along. So Laura, why don't you go ahead and give us a little history about yourself? Well, let me do this. I'm just trying to minimize, well, can you speak okay, or?
Yeah, I can talk okay. My voice just sounds a little congested, but
Well, no. It just sounds deeper and sexier. So. All right. So go ahead.
Yes.
I'm going to turn the floor over to you. We'll talk back and forth as well. But go ahead and tell us. Everybody should have read the description, hopefully. But tell us a little about yourself. And let's go ahead and I'm going to start getting my pencils out while you're doing that. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, actually, I am originally from Canada. I was born and raised in Canada. I moved here when I was like 20 years old. And don't everybody hate me, but almost 2 years ago, I finally became an American citizen. And I am so proud of myself. It took me that long to become an American because I felt bad for giving up my country because my parents are actually still live there.
Okay.
But I'm happy. I'm very, very happy I made that decision. I've been with my husband for 31 years. In the description, it did say I did work in a restaurant industry for 21 years. I was a general manager for that restaurant. And when COVID actually happened last year, my boss went ahead and sold the restaurant. And I thought, you know what, this might be a really good opportunity for me to say my goodbyes. I was offered the position of the general manager to stay there, but I decided to leave and pursue other things.
Okay.
So I was talking to the owner of Life Escapes, and she told me that where I have all these pictures I have taken through the years, she said, why not turn them into grayscale coloring books? And that's how I got started doing grayscale coloring books.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely love doing the grayscale coloring books. The first 3 books that I did put out, they are all photographs of my pictures that I had taken. And I did do some of my other photographs in other books, but not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to get back to doing some more photographs and doing some more grayscales with my photographs. It's just that I have to broaden my horizons. Arizona is absolutely beautiful because that's where I live now.
Yeah.
The Grand Canyon is spectacular. It's one of my favorite places to go. I try to go there at least twice a year. I'm only 2.5 hours away from the Grand Canyon, so it's absolutely wonderful, and I try to go there as often as possible. I mean, the whole state of Arizona is just absolutely gorgeous. No matter where you go, from north, south, west to east, it's just absolutely gorgeous. But it's just finding the time and doing it, I guess. Not make excuses. Let's just go do it. But so I'm hoping to get back into maybe doing a few more books with my photographs. So that way it gives people a different variety. I do love taking pictures of animals, not so much people, but I do love taking pictures of animals and landscapes and stuff like that. So, but I am working on a new book, kind of as we speak. Last couple of days, not so much because I haven't been feeling well. but I am constantly working on books. I do have 4 lovely cats.
Yes.
They are all rescued from being outside. We found them all when they were babies, and my husband, it's so funny because my husband is not a cat person, and every one of those cats absolutely loves my husband. Every one of them. I can't get them to come near me, but they're all over my husband every night. I look over and they're all laying on his lap and they're happy. I'm stuck with the dogs, which that's okay. I love my 2 dogs as well. I did not ever have children, so it's just my husband and I. It's just a personal choice that my husband and I made when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
But we're happy with the decision that we made. My parents still do live in Canada, so I do try to go back home. I was going back home pretty often every year, but since COVID has happened, it put a little bit more restrictions and it's a little bit harder to go and see them now. So, but I do call them every day almost and check on them almost every day to see how they're doing.
Yeah.
So, but it's still not quite the same as going there and seeing them in person.
Oh, of course.
But just have a happy little life living here in Arizona.
Okay, question for you.
Sure.
First of all, can you slide your camera to your left just a little bit because you're a little bit off screen? Yeah, there. Yeah, a little more maybe. Oh, there you go. Perfect. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your future plans for coloring books? You'll keep doing them? I mean, what is this your whole thing?
This is my whole thing. This is actually my job right now.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love being creative. I love people sitting there going, oh, wow, I would have never thought of that. My mind is a little different than I feel like a lot of people. I love bold colors. I love colorful things. I love just being different. I just want to be different. If that makes sense. I just want to be different.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen,
I love being different.
I get it. I'm same here. Okay. So you started with Life Escapes, and just to clarify this now, so you started with Life Escapes, but then you decided to go out on your own, and now you are independently publishing.
Yes.
Okay. And all your books, including the ones even for Life Escapes, are available. And tell everybody where they're available.
They're all available on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
They're not all the full books are available on Etsy store, but all my new ones with myself, all of those are available on Etsy. But all my 10-pack, I have 10-pack samplers on Etsy, and they're all available on Etsy. And then I have my own company site, and all my books are available on that company site.
Okay, good. All right. And you know that I'm a fan of you also, and you seem to be a fan of me, so it's working out. All right.
It is.
And we have a mutual admiration society. What can I say?
Exactly.
Now, and the nice thing is too, so hello, Barbara Joan, welcome. So
see, now I'm not seeing all the. I think I'm stuck on the people's messages because I'm not seeing any more new messages.
Oh, okay. Well, Barbara Joan just came in. There's not too many. Everybody's been pretty quiet while you've been talking, so I think you're fine. The last one is Joan. Yeah, Barbara Joan coming in, and she said, "Good evening, everyone." And okay, we're good. Okay. I think we're good. Okay.
And I want to say hi to Sylvie. Sylvie's in my coloring group. So hi, Sylvie. I'm so happy you joined us tonight.
And you know now that I'm going to have you come back and come on live every once in a while, right?
That's right. Hey, I'm trying to get you some new people.
Okay. Well, I would highly suggest, join her group. I never, ever, ever have a problem with people joining other groups. Good grief. Like I
Oh,
have
me
no,
neither.
yeah. Listen, guys, I have no ego in this. And like I said,
No.
I don't get paid for what I do. Um, but I just enjoy it. This group is also during my broadcast. If anyone needs prayer, I will stop and we'll do prayer. Just that kind of thing. I want to be here for people who just need company. And like I said, even if you don't color, encourage people to come in and just listen to the chat and, see the pretty pictures. To the lady who's having problems printing, turn off your printer, wait 15 or 30 seconds, and then turn it back on and see if that makes a difference. She's having a little problem getting the image printed. Okay. And Laura, you did say that when the people color this image with us or afterwards or whatever, that you're going to give a prize to the best image?
Yes, I will give them the full book.
Wonderful. So you will get the full book. Now, if they already have the book, are you willing?
Then they can pick another book.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, good. We're good to go. Sarah, hold there that thought about prayers. She's got a prayer for job requests because we have more COVID residents and co-workers. You know what, guys, let me do this real quick. If you're not Christian, just hold on a second. So I'm going to do this. Lord God, in the holy name of Jesus Christ, we have COVID coming back up. And I ask you, please, please, please protect our people that are suffering from this. Protect people that don't have it. Please encourage them to get their shots. And Lord God, we ask for your protection in this. We are coming together as a group and we are asking for your protection on this. We thank you, Lord God. We come to you humbly and we have so much faith in you. In the holy name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
All right. Okay. Question from Harriet. Which illustrations inspire you?
Oh my. I guess the ones with a lot of color. I mean, the ones that have a lot of color, I get really excited when I see the illustrations that just have so many colors, like yellow and oranges and reds and blues. I mean, and then I just gravitate to them. And then I want to find everything to try to make a book surrounding that's one picture. That's how I usually go. I'll find this one really neat picture, and then I'll get these ideas, and then I'll just start building off of that one picture to make a book.
Okay, good, good. Well,
Yes.
I'm delighted to hear that these books are going to be coming, and you said that this is a full-time job for you, so
Yes.
you're not a flash in the pan, and
No.
obviously your husband is supportive. What's your husband's name?
Leon.
Leon. Okay, well, tell Leon that we thank him for his support of you and that you are obviously working together as a wonderful team, and that's wonderful because we all benefit. Okay, young lady, flip your camera
Okay.
and we'll go ahead and get this. So what we're doing while she's doing that, oh, so the question came up, what does your husband do for a living?
He's actually he's an independent contractor.
Okay.
So he has his own business. So he does a lot of maintenance and he does a lot of refrigeration and he does a lot of different things.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And Laura and Harriet wants to know why are you doing grayscale versus line art?
Because it's been about 30 years since I've done line art. And my husband's better at line art than I am, so I'm trying to talk him into doing a line art for me.
You know what? You and I talked about that, and you tell Leon to get on the ball because we want to. You laugh, but you've shown me examples of his line art, and
He does an extraordinary work.
It is. It absolutely is. Okay. So go ahead and get yourself situated here. All right.
Well, I don't know if I can go smaller. I've not done this before.
Okay, well, take your time. That's all right. So what I'm going to do while you're doing that is I'm going to go ahead and start playing with this a little bit.
Hey, now. You should let me play with it first. That's...
Ha! It's a plot.
I think that's about the best I might be able to get it, but I can move it around and show people everything.
Okay, that's fine. No problem. Okay, and
so what pencils are you using?
I'm just getting there right now. Okay, zoom in. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm using on Grayscale, I use light, medium, and dark. So I always pull those pencils, and I always use light, medium, and dark on my line art as well. If you've been in my group, you know that. So these are the three colors that I have chosen to do, because I'm going to go ahead and start on the facial feature. And I've decided that I'm just going to go with a natural skin tone on this. If you guys are coloring, you might want to do blues on here if you want. I think that would be gorgeous. Either way. Now, when I teach Grayscale, I usually teach the DLM, which is that you do your dark first, your light, and then you blend with your medium. Now, that is not cast in stone at all. It depends on the situation, and it also depends on what you want to do. So these are just suggestions. I don't want you guys to get wrapped up in doing exact way that an artist necessarily does it. What I tell my peeps is do it long enough to learn and then create on your own. And Laura, please, at any time, add in your comments and ideas. And hi, Shirley. If they are different than from what I do, that's fine. I always like to get different opinions from people, and that's a good way to do it. Okay, let me get in a little bit closer. And if anybody has any questions at all, this is the time. That's why I do lives. Now, I have buku pencils, and so I normally do not fixate on a specific brand. This happens to be a polychromo Faber Castell. My other one is a Prismacolor, and my other one from that is a Brett Funner. So I've got all three here. So Laura, talk about your technique.
Usually when I do Grayscale, I always start with the lightest color first. That's just how I like to start.
Yeah.
And then I like to go and then start blending in my mediums. And then sometimes I even put the medium over the dark color, and then I like to blend in the dark colors. And then sometimes I might not even be too happy with that, and then I'll go find the darker color and put on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to try to do every detail I can with the light colors first, and then I just move my way onto the second colors.
Now, I have done that as well, and when I've had intricate pictures, we did uh, Albrecht Dürer, which was a very involved picture, and we just did a picture by the Rhodes. Oh my gosh, somebody help me here. Shoot, the Rhodes picture with the statue guarding the harbor. Oh my gosh, it's not coming to mind. Somebody help me. Peeps. Oh man. And sometimes you can't, because of the small pieces, I'll go ahead and do the light just to light up some of the images. Colossus of Rhodes, that was it. Thank you, Rhonda. That was it. Now, and just like I just said, Laura does hers a different way than what I do. And that's perfectly fine. I don't want you guys to get hung up on a particular way that an artist does something. Ruth Sanderson, I can't remember what her pattern is. Ruth is also a prolific grayscale artist. I've got to go back and check one of the things. Go ahead, Laura.
No, I was going to say, I try to color as most as I can. I just feel like I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I don't like to show off my stuff as much because, of course, I always think it's never good enough. But when I do post stuff, people do say they like it, so. But I think that's why it takes me so long to color, because normally it will take me to do one picture. People say, oh, I can do that picture in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm working on 6 hours a day for 2 days trying to get this picture the way I want it. And I'm like, why is it taking me so long?
Well, again, and comparison is the thief of joy, and I have lots of discussions. Oh, Harriet says that Ruth does like to dark, if she recalls. Okay. Okay, Laura, I'm going to give you my speech. Comparison, and I talk to my peeps all the time about this. Comparison is the thief of joy, and you've got to stop everybody comparing yourself to what other people do. And interestingly enough, Laura, you just said it, is that you don't post your things, and honestly, you're depriving people of your artistic coloring because you won't do that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, my husband says I'm always my worst critic.
Yep.
And that's with that's why my photographs never got published and stuff neither. I mean, because I was just like, well, it's not good enough. It's a little blurry here. It's a little, and then people would see it and they're like, oh my gosh, that's the best picture I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, it can't be, because it's a little blurry here. It's a little bit, something here is wrong. Something there is wrong. And
but you see, but Laura, as artists, we are our own worst critics. And as I've told my peeps, I'll color something live, right, on camera, and I can go back over my images and I could probably point out half a dozen wrong things on it, in my opinion. But yet people will look at it and say, oh my gosh, ILene, that's gorgeous. It's frame worthy, yada, yada, yada. And see, you've got to quit doing that, Laura, really. Because as artists, we see this stuff a little bit more. So I would encourage you, please don't feel that way.
I won't. I promise. I will work on that. That'll be
Okay,
one
please.
thing I need to work on.
In all seriousness, please do. I mean,
I will.
look how well your books are received. Hello, Jennifer. Now, the people, when I do these duet colorings, people tell me that they really love them. And because it shows the different styles of my coloring and whoever else is doing it. And
Uh-huh.
as I always tell people when I'm coloring, it's like two people starting out in a car going across the United States from Maine to California. Is we'll take the trip differently, but the end result will be the same. Now, by the way,
Yes,
guys,
it will.
Luba says she's going to check on you and make sure that you start posting. Luba, I want you to keep
Okay.
after her, okay, please? Seriously, Luba, I want you to do that. Okay, so I'm using, this is the Faber Castell, and my darker color is the cinnamon. It's one of my favorite pencils, by the way. Okay, so here's my dark. Now I'm going to go to my light color. And Laura, I'm not a fast colorist either, so don't worry about that. Okay,
Okay.
Brett Funner 137 is my lightest color. And now I'm going to go through and I will color up my lightest areas.
But I know I can get lost in a picture. I can get lost in a picture when I get going.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting here coloring and it'll be like 6 o'clock in the evening and then I'll look up and it'll be like 10 o'clock. I'm like, really?
Exactly. So Laura, how did you finally solve your problem to get your broadcast going?
It said that I needed to update Facebook.
Right.
So I updated Facebook and it still wouldn't let me do it. When I just kept going out, going in, going out, going in, and clearing the catch every time I went out, and finally it let me come in.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing here now is you can see that I am highlighting the light areas with my tan. Laura, what pencil are you using for your light?
For my light, I'm using a Faber Castell 103. It's called Ivory.
Okay. All right. The reason I'm laughing about that is I use 103 quite a bit for blending over my pictures. So I know exactly. My peeps are probably chuckling along with you because I use that color all the time. It's a wonderful, wonderful pencil for blending. Okay. So I'm going to ask my question and I'm going to depend on my peeps to answer this for me. Because when I teach coloring, what is the most important skill to learn in coloring? So my peeps will answer this. I need somebody to pop in and do that for me. Okay, so notice now here that I'm going ahead and coloring my highlights, and Maggie says blending. That's right. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Maddie. Ashley, same thing. Guys, you've got to get your blending down. Yep. Jennifer said it. Rhonda. Yep. 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 So while you're watching this, guys, and hopefully you're able to color along. If not, you can download the image at a later date and do this. Here is a really great example of two different ways to color, blending and tinting. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my medium color. And the neat thing about this picture and the way that I'm doing it, you can see the highlights on a face. So it's over your eyebrows, it's on your nose, your cheeks, your chin. And some of your side areas. And notice when I started with my dark colors that that's around the outside because that's going to give you your depth. Oh, and Laura, feel free to talk while you're coloring and explaining what you're doing.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm just basically started with my light colors and then all my medium colors. I'm just going over it with a medium tone pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to hit every light gray that I see.
Okay. And what colors are you, what pencils are you using for your light, medium, dark?
I'm using the lights. I'm using the Ivory 103.
Mm-hmm.
I am using Beige Red 132. And I'm going to use the Cinnamon 189. And these are all from Faber Castells.
Okay. Do you have a particular brand of pencil that you like?
I don't. You know, I have a lot of different pencils.
Yeah.
And and it's just depends on the mood of the picture I'm doing, I guess.
Exactly.
You know,
That's how I do it.
yeah, it's like sometimes I feel like, no, these ones are not going to be good for that, or, oh no. And then I don't know, I just go, I got, what are they called? I don't even know what they are, but they're like a soft-based oil pencil, and I absolutely love them. I think they're just a generic brand, but I absolutely love those pencils. And they're so perfect for blending, and they're so nice. The colors, when you overlap them, they just go so nice together.
Beautiful.
I
Melissa,
did just get the new.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go.
No, I was just going to say, I did get the new Dragon set of pencils from Black Widow. So I am really excited to use those pencils because I do have a Dragons book out, but I'm getting ready to put out Dragons 2. So I am so excited about using those pencils to color some dragons.
Oh, cool.
They're absolutely beautiful colors.
Hi, Dawn. The question came up as to how long that they have to do the coloring for the contest. And so how about 2 weeks from this Sunday? Does that sound good?
That sounds really good because I know Christmas is coming up and everybody's busy, and
Yep.
I don't want anybody to feel pressured and trying to get something done, and that sounds really good.
Yep. So 2 weeks from this Sunday, whatever that date is, and usually we do 12 midnight Central Standard Time.
You might have to shoot me a message to remind me.
Okay. Dawn, good to see you. Okay. Sarah's getting her Black Widow dragons in February.
Oh.
Laura, I need you to move over just a little bit. You're off view.
Oops.
No,
Sorry.
no problem. I do it all the time. Don't worry about it. Jean's she says, I love the Black Widow pencils and they are my favorite to use. I have every Black Widow set, including the new Dragon set. How cool is that?
I do too, and I absolutely love those pencils. I try not to use them that much because I don't want to replace them.
Okay.
I'm like, no. Because I get stuck on, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I get stuck on certain colors. I never gravitate to blues. I never gravitate to greens that much. I'm or purple. I'm more of yellow, orange, red, not that much, but yellow and orange. I always find that my pencils in yellow and orange are always like these little itty bitty things.
Oh.
I love the yellow and the orange. So I'm always like, oh no, where can I buy some more of these pencils?
So are Black Widows oil or wax?
They are, I believe they're wax.
Okay.
Yeah, they're wax pencils.
Okay, now I have to go back a little bit here with my dark because I didn't color a darker shade underneath the nose. All right, Harriet says wax. Wax.
Yes, they are wax. I even got myself some paints. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start painting too. I'm going to dab into everything. I got chalk, and chalk and I just do not get along. I get chalk
really?
everywhere. Yeah, I get chalk everywhere. I have it all on my arms, on my face. I'm like, how do I get this all over me? I'm just sitting here coloring a picture.
Oh, I have chalks and acrylic paints, and I've actually done colorings on camera with them. So yeah.
Yeah, I did let's see where I can find it. I actually did acrylic paint on one of my pictures.
Uh-huh.
I actually I even put it on canvas paper, and I absolutely loved it.
Well, Rhonda Green of my group has asked me to do acrylic paints again, and Rhonda, I haven't forgotten, obviously. So one
This
of these
is a
days I'm
picture.
gonna. Oh, that's acrylic?
Yes.
Wow.
Acrylic paints that I did. Yes. This picture is actually in my book called Portraits Watercolor.
Why the heck haven't you posted that?
I have posted this picture.
All right.
I have posted this picture.
Okay. Everybody is saying wow and wowza and clapping. And...
So I did post that one. I have almost all of my, and then this one, I want to try it with the new Dragon pencils, but this was one of my favorite pictures from my Dragon book. And I did this all with marker.
Beautiful.
So it's one of my favorite, but I want to print this picture again and try it with the new Dragon set pencils. So
now, have you posted that dragon picture?
I have, but you know what? It's not on my new website. I haven't posted hardly it. It was on Life Escape's website, but it's not on my new website. So I need to go through my binder and start taking pictures again and start posting them all.
Okay, now I'm going to remind everybody when you're coloring, if you want to darken a color, that you do it with repeated strokes of your pencil. You don't jam your pencil into the paper in order to make it darker. It's the repetition in your strokes. And I want you to notice that I'm holding my pencil near the end, and that'll keep you from being too heavy-handed. All right. And then what I like to do for blending, I'm going to wait on doing the eyeshadow at this point. I may do a light blue, we'll see. And I'm doing just a little bit of touch up here with my darkest pencil. And I also want to remind you so Harriet, if I'm reading this right, says layering is the bane or base of my coloring existence. I want to also remind you that if you need to go back with a certain color and adjust, that is perfectly okay. Bane, Harriet says. Layering is the bane of my coloring existence. Yeah, Harriet likes to lean into her pencils.
Her and I would get along really well.
There you go. Okay.
I'm a very heavy colorer.
All right. So now I'm going to use my darkest color on the neck area.
Has anybody ever done, you thought you were done with this one color pencil and you kind of put it away and then all of a sudden you needed that pencil again because you missed a spot and you can never find that same pencil? That happens to me all the time. I try never to put my pencils away, the ones that I'm using.
Yeah, I've done that, and I've done it live on camera. So yeah.
I'm like, oh no. Okay, well that's going to be an interesting picture when I'm finished with it.
Yeah, Laura, look at your monitor for a minute.
Uh-huh.
You can go to Walmart, and this is actually a makeup holder for makeup.
Oh, okay.
And
oh, wow.
What you do is, yeah, Maddie keeps hers in a cup, but see the pencils that you're using, you can go ahead and stick them in that.
Oh, awesome.
And then that way you have it. So
that would be perfect. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yep.
Because I'm like, and then I sit here and I look and I'm like, how do I get 20 pencils? I didn't use 20 pencils on this page. Wait a minute. And I'm like,
Or you clean out a soup can and you use the soup can.
Oh, there we go. Actually, I have an art table, and it actually folds up. I have it down tonight. That's what I'm on. but I have it up. And my husband, I actually bought these little tiny containers. Um, they actually have, they're these kind of containers here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I have about 8 of them. And he said he was going to cut holes at the top of my art table so that I can set those containers in. So that way I have them for my pencils.
Oh, how neat.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, that works.
And Maddie said glue jute around a soup can and it makes it look pretty. So yeah, you can do
Hey,
that.
there we go.
All right, now guys, when you're doing your, like I said, I'm doing DLM, but I want you to notice here that I'm feathering out the color on my dark, so it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And that way it will blend and bridge to the next color. So there's my dark. And then I'm going to, here's my light. And also notice on the grayscale with my light that I'm going a little bit into my medium area. So this neck will give you a good idea about how I do my coloring. So here's my light. And notice here too that I also have a little bit of a light spot here on the other side. Pay attention to your details, guys. And now I'm going to come in with my mediums. Now, when I get down to my, I want you to notice too that I'm coloring this in little circles. And that is also a great way to bridge and blend your colors. And notice how I'm getting lighter and lighter as I go over my lightest spot. So that's blending beautifully. That's exactly what you want to do. Okay. Okay. And also notice too, now, Maddie, I don't know where Wanda is. She'll be in here eventually. She may be just running a little late from her job.
You know, I was just going to ask that too. Where's Wanda? I was like, where's Wanda?
And again, guys, I want to emphasize to you that there are a multitude of ways that you can do your coloring. Just remember that analogy that I gave you about the cars. Driving across the U.S. will take different routes or routes, whatever you want to call it. Route. What am I saying? But as long as you get where you want to be, that's fine. So I don't want you guys to feel that you're locked into any particular method. Now I'm going to go back and darken in a little bit here. And that brings up another point as well. Once I get my base colors in that the artist has indicated by the grayscale, I will go back and I'll start adding my own touch. So right here in the neck, I'm going to bring down a highlight in the dark just because that's what I want to do. That's my artistic choice. So don't get hung up on where the artist has put the shading. Use it as a guide. And start playing with your colors and your shading. Okay. So I'm going to move down. I'm on the arm. This is the arm. Whoops. So Laura, are you going to use a color tonight that you don't normally use?
Yes.
She said enthusiastically.
I'm trying to stay with, well, I will be using yellow, but I'm going to try to do, yes. I'm over here looking like, what colors do I want to use? Maybe a blue somewheres.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. Blues scare me.
Why?
It's just, it just feels like, I don't know. And I did a picture with a lady. She had blue hair, and it turned out wonderful. So I don't know why it scared me, but it's just, I guess, trying to find that right shade of light blue, medium blue, and dark blue to go together. Because there's so many different colors of blue.
Right.
Where there's yellow, you got yellow, yellow, and yellow.
Okay, so really what you're saying is you're being picky, right?
Well, I'm like, it's the same with purple. I didn't think I should show you the pictures I did with blue and purple, because I was just like, I was talking to one of my team members, and we were just laughing one night, and when I was talking to her, she goes, well, if I wanted to color something purple, I'll just color it purple. And I go, well, why not? You can just color it purple. It's your choice. It's your artistic view of what you see for the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So she inspired me, so I colored this picture purple. Let me see if I can find. I was just like, why not? You can do purple. You can do any color you want. You don't have to stick to the picture that, like, if because on my PDF books on my website, my PDF books, they come with a color guide. So I go, you don't have to stick with them pictures at all, so why not just do it? So I went ahead and did this. I did this one purple.
Oh, yeah.
And
turn it
stuff.
around. You've got it upside down. Yeah.
I got it upside down.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I I did yellows with some darker purples, and so I was like, oh, actually that came out really nice. So
Uh-huh.
okay, that actually looks pretty good. And then I was like, okay, let's try blue. So I went ahead and did this picture. And this one is also in my Portraits watercolor book. And I did this one with blue hair.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Yeah, so
Did you post it online?
yes, I did.
What book is that totem from? The one with the skull?
That one is from my Zentangle Halloween. It's called Halloween Liner.
Okay.
Even though I didn't do the line art on it, but it is, I did use some other artist line art pictures, so.
Okay.
I like doing those line art books. Like I said, I would love to try to do one of my own, but oh my gosh. I haven't doodled or played like that since high school, so I'm like, But I do want to try. I've been watching some videos and stuff on how to do, those Zentangles and stuff, and I'm like, that's not really that hard. I could actually do that. But
Yeah.
it is very time consuming. But I sit here going, well, if I did one picture a month or two pictures a month, hey, I could probably get a book done in about 6 months.
So Luba says, Laura, let the other one judge your picture. You are too critical.
I know. I am very critical on myself. I am very critical.
But Laura, you're stemming the flow of your creativity. You really are.
Yes. It really, I loved doing all kinds of creative stuff. I really, really did. And I just, as the years went by, it just kind of fell at the wayside and
Mm-hmm.
got other jobs and moved here, moved there, and did this and did that. And it's just never came back until recently when I started doing these books. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why can't I do this? Why couldn't I put this book together? Why can't I? So I started thinking, and I told my husband, I was like, you got all these pictures. Why don't you give them to me, and I will see if I can. I got to get a scanner and scan them into my computer, and then why not put some of them up for sale on my Etsy shop and see what you do?
Yep.
Because he's got great talent.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to, there we go. So Laura, do me a favor
Uh-huh.
and look at your monitor and put your image upright like I have mine, and let's do a side-by-side comparison. Okay. Now, notice on mine, I'm going a little bit more relaxed with the image, probably more of a pop art, not pop art, but for lack of a better term. And Laura is going through with hers and doing a more, I don't want to say more blended, but a softer image of hers. So you can see the different aspects that you can have. And the other thing I want to point out to you is that Faber Castell 103, my peeps know that I use it all the time. and I use it to go over a lot of my coloring when I want to make fabric look soft, for example. So I went ahead and I bought like a set of 12 of these, so I've got them now. So that's why I laughed a little, Laura, when you said that you were using it. Okay.
That's actually funny.
I'm sorry, what?
I go, that's actually funny. That's actually cute. Hey, you can't live without your favorite pencil.
That's right.
That coloring will not be the same if you don't have your favorite pencil. I see myself color a picture and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is turning out so nice. This is looking so good. And then towards the end of it, and it's like, what did I just do with my picture? I totally got off track somehow. What did I just do?
Yeah. Well, Laura, you know, the suggestion was made to take your images and put them in Etsy shop and see how they sell. And I think that's an excellent idea. And
Yes, I really do.
You've got to quit criticizing yourself. You really, look, people have told you and told you and told you that they love your work. And I'm really, what more do we need to say to convince you? Right?
I don't know. Nothing. Nothing. I will. I promise. I will get some of my husband's pictures together and I'll get them up.
Hi, Barbie.
After I feel better.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I just, oh no.
Now, I've got to tell you something. When we get artists live, you know, when I get them to come in and so forth, we exact promises from them. Maddie's going to go. Good night, Maddie. I'm glad.
Good night, Maddie. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. So Jeff Haney was here one evening, and we got to talking. He was doing a lot of coloring books based on his cats. And I said, well, Jeff, we all love your, we love your, I asked him permission to tell, give him feedback. And he said, oh yeah, I want to hear. And I said, well, Jeff, you're starting to get to be known for the artist that does just cats. And I think that you need to expand your repertoire. Well, turns out that over the years, he's done a bunch of images that were different, just totally different. And he promised on air to create a coloring book with these coloring that he would pull out of the archives. And true to his word, he just released one.
Oh, awesome.
The Fantasy World of Jeff Haney. So I got to warn you that we exact promises from artists to do stuff. So we're exacting a promise from you now.
Okay.
That you're going to do line art and you're also going to work with your husband's images, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I will work on my line art.
All right. You heard it here. Luba should be happy.
Now, Luba said she doesn't color line art very good. She loves Grayscale more. I remember those conversations that we have.
Well, Luba, then you need to come in my group and watch what I do with line art. Okay.
Even though she says she doesn't do very good, she does do very good. Her pictures are always beautiful.
Okay, well, so she's doing the same thing that you're doing, right?
Exactly. See?
Well,
We all do it.
well, and you tell her not to do that, right?
Exactly.
So you know where I'm going with this, right? Okay, let's see here. Oh, I think I'm going to go to the hair next.
Oh my gosh, I see. I need to get down to body. I'm still on her face.
Now, guys, I'll also tell you that when you're coloring, you don't necessarily have to finish an area. So a lot of times I'll get where I mostly want to be on my piece, and then I'll come back to it and tweak it and, you know, finish it up or whatever the case may be. So if you get to the point that you feel that you need to do something a little bit different, or if you feel that you've worked on a piece enough, there is nothing wrong at all with coming back to it later on. Okay. And by the way, for anybody that's wondering why I have a paper towel under my hand, I always rest my hand on a paper towel and then I slide across with it so I don't get, I don't smear my pencil and don't get oils into my piece. Okay. Now, when you're coloring line art or grayscale, I always, well, obviously grayscale, but even line art, always pick out a light, medium, and dark. Oh, Luba says she's working on her dress.
Okay. See how she is? She's quick.
Yeah, she's going to move to the hair, though, because there's a lot of detail on the dress. So give me a minute here while I pick my colors.
Are you going for blonde hair or?
Well, I'm thinking about going yellowish on the wings. So I'm going to go with probably a light brown. Let's see here. It's going to take me a minute here to pick my browns. So Laura, are your allergies something that you can go to the doctor for, or do you just ride it out?
I pretty much just have to ride it out. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to everything and anything.
Okay.
I'm allergic to foods. I'm actually allergic to wheat, soy, and eggs. So it makes it really difficult for me to eat sometimes.
Uh-huh.
But I'm allergic to. It's funny because they always say, go to Arizona if you have allergies. Go to Arizona. Yeah, no, I'm allergic to everything in the state of Arizona.
Okay.
I'm allergic to the tumbleweed. I'm allergic to everything. So, and I've been going down to Phoenix, taking Carrie down to Phoenix, to her doctor's appointments,
Uh-huh.
and it's the flowers down there are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're so beautiful. They're all blooming and they're really beautiful. But I'm allergic to them all.
I actually have
So,
a wheat sensitivity, so I have to be careful of wheats.
yes, it is not. It is not a fun thing. I mean, everything has wheat, everything has soy, and almost everything has eggs.
Yep, yep. I'm okay with eggs and stuff, but yeah, wheat-based stuff I have trouble with. And it's really funny.
And
It's really funny because I have a Sobakawa pillow, which I dearly love, and
uh-huh.
that's got buckwheat in it, the authentic ones.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yeah, and one day I woke up and both my eyelids were like ridiculously red, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I went to the doctor, and he gave me creams and stuff, and I mean itchy like you wouldn't believe. And the doctor says, "Don't rub your eyes." And I thought, yeah, right. Well, I finally figured out that the buckwheat that I was laying on was what was causing the problem. And so I put a plastic bag around the pillow itself and then put my pillowcase on it. And
Oh, okay.
that solved the problem.
Wow.
Okay, so I've got my 3 browns here. Hi, Angela. My first one is a Crayola pencil. And this color is, what is it? Extra deep something. It's scratched out. I don't know. It's like a walnut color. So I'm going to do my dark areas first.
Excuse me for 1 minute, ILene. I'm going to go and get myself a cough drop.
Okay, sure.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yep. Notice now that I'm running the dark color on the darker areas of the hair here. Now, take your time. This is from Laura's book, Angela, Angel Girl. And there's a freebie of it in the files, in the albums for tonight's coloring. And Laura is offering a prize of the book. And the entry is due 2 weeks from this Sunday. Okay. Now, one thing about Crayola pencils, I don't particularly like them because they are very, very waxy. And they don't really blend very well. But I am using it tonight to get my areas here on the hair. Crayola meant them for their kids. Let's see here. Maddie had bought them to try them out. I had bought them to try them out. And she actually ended up giving hers to her grandkids. Okay. All right. Oh, ILene, can I ask you to put your face on the camera? I'm sorry, but I like it when I can put an image on the name. Um, I can send you a picture later.
Okay.
See, okay, now these are, okay, oh, hold on. That was a picture of my ceiling. Oh, it's not that I'm in my pajamas. It's that I actually, Luba was asking me for a picture, and Laura, and so I can't because of my camera setup right now.
Oh, okay.
Harriet, Crayola pencils. It's just these, the ones that are the colors of the world. Those are the ones I'm having problems with. I have other Crayola pencils that I love. The twistables, I absolutely love them. And they're very inexpensive. Okay.
This is where I'm getting wild, ILene.
Okay. Hey.
Stepping into my box.
There she
Gonna
goes
have blue
with the
hair.
blue. There she goes with the blue. I love it. Hey, Laura.
Yes.
You do realize that your pickiness is stifling your creativity, right? I'm seriously.
Yes. I know. I have to step away and just let it flow.
What you don't realize is that you're so good at what you do that you you don't realize that you don't have to be that picky to be good. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. And I totally understand that.
I mean, I'm picky as well, and I'm very careful with what I do, but that fits beautifully into what I do and how I color for people. In other words, your natural talent keeps you from doing a bad job. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
And I think that what you're doing is that by being, okay, I'm doing my light colors now. Hold on. That by being as picky as you are, you're really stifling yourself.
And I do that all the time, no matter what I do. I enjoy baking. I love to bake, and I do it during baking. I do it for everything. Talking about baking, oh my gosh. Carrie's birthday is on Friday, the day before Christmas.
Okay.
And I said, oh, I'll make you a cheesecake for your birthday.
Yeah.
I was making her a lemon blueberry cheesecake.
Mm.
And today I made it. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if it was between the coffee fit that I had or the sneezing or what. I did everything it said to do. I took it out and let it cool, and I opened up the cheesecake pan, and it just went all over my counter. And then I text her, and I said, I'm so sorry I ruined your birthday cake. And I started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I ruined your birthday. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. I promise I'll make it up to you. And
Oh.
I know I'm just a mess today. That's what I'm saying. And then we're doing this. I mean, my day was not a good day today.
Yes. Well,
I was like, oh no.
now it's getting better.
It is. It is. And she assured me, she goes, I don't hate you. We'll just do it after Christmas. And oh my gosh, it was terrible. I was like, I'm looking at the cake and it's all over my counter, and I'm like, and my cats, my cats jumped up and they looked at it and they're like, what is that supposed to be, Mom? I'm like, you don't want to know. I think they were just like, what were you trying to do?
So did they get into the cheesecake and try to eat it?
No, they were just looking at it like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't want to know. No, they like to be nosy and check everything out. As soon as
Well, you
something comes
better
out of the oven, oh, they are just hilarious. I
Oh,
got this.
yeah. You know, Harriet brought up an interesting point. Kraft is giving away $20 to not make cheesecakes. And the reason
Oh, I know. I heard that.
yeah. So how many people took the $20 and then bought the cheese, right?
Oh, I know, and it's not cheap to make cheesecake. I even had gluten-free graham crackers, crust, because she's a.
Good night, Jean. Oh, she's not. All right. Laura's not with us. Okay, let's see about getting her back. Good night, Jean. I'm so glad you could make it. All right, hold on. Would somebody do me a favor and text her and tell her that she's not broadcasting? Let's see if I can do this. Hi, Karen. Hold on. All right, we'll work on getting her back. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with what I'm doing. So right now I've got my light medium brown. Ah, there we go. She knows it. She's coming back. Okay, so here is my light. And notice now how on this hair segment right here, I've got nothing but the medium left. Karen, welcome. And this is a really good example of seeing how this is left here with the medium color, and how we'll go through and go back and then color just those areas with my medium. All right. All righty, sit tight, guys. Hi there.
Hi, I'm back.
Okay, now notice how I'm carrying this light all the way through to the curl on the hair. Karen, welcome. And then this is where I'm going to go back, and so that's my light. And now I'm going to go back with my medium color. Karen, how are you doing today? Karen Baker Swartz. And now I'll go through, and I'm going to use my medium brown to blend in all these colors. So, Laura, when you do your coloring on your pieces, so you, what do you start with first? Which one?
I start with the light color.
The light, okay.
Yes.
And then you go, oh, the medium and dark. Okay, I gotcha. So do you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're blending as you as you go along, right?
Yes.
Well, Karen, I'm really glad you could join in. And just to let you know, Karen, this broadcast goes to video after the fact. So you can go ahead and catch up everything that you missed. So what I'm doing now is I am using my medium pencil to blend everything in. Now Laura does her a little bit differently since she's doing the light, medium, dark, is that she is blending as she goes along. And again, neither method is wrong. It's whatever you want to do. But what I would suggest is that you try each way differently and decide which way that you like yourself. And also, Karen, just in case you missed it, oops, I've got a dark here, hold on. Just in case you missed it, this image is in the albums in my group. And Laura is sponsoring a contest, and 2 weeks from Sunday is go ahead and submit your entry, and she's giving away a free book. She's actually giving away the Angels book, but if you already have it, you can coordinate with her. Okay. Now notice the gray.
Yeah, they can also let me know too if they would like the hard copy or if they like a PDF copy.
Uh-huh.
I could do either or.
Okay. Now,
because I know some people like the hard copies.
Yeah.
And then some people likes the PDF copies. So they can let me know which one they would like, and I will be more than happy to make sure they get the correct one that they like.
Okay, except though, if anybody is in a foreign country, you'll be sending the PDF, right?
Exactly, yes.
Okay. So that's the only exception, is if you're not in the U.S., she'll send the PDF to you.
ILene, how's my blue looking over there?
It looks gorgeous, actually. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I'm only doing this for you because I'm stepping into the box.
Okay.
And then that's why I called my group Vivid Coloring, because I just really love all the vivid colors out there. I just love bright and cheery, and I don't know, they always put a smile on my face, all the bright and cheery colors. I mean, even in my house, my kitchen is yellow, my laundry room is orange, my movie room is red. I mean, I got color. My spare room is like a light, almost like this bluish, like purplish color in my spare room. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got color everywhere in my house.
It's really funny how we limit ourselves, isn't it?
It is. I'm like... Even the cat's room, I have a room where I have all my cat boxes and stuff, and it's basically their room and stuff. They go down there, and you know, and even their room is all cheery and brightful. Like they care, but hey. Yeah.
The question came back as to whether you'd be willing to send a hard copy book to Canada. And really the answer to that is I'm sure Laura appreciates the request, but it is terribly expensive on shipping and customs and everything. So.
But you know what, I got to thinking too, but you know what I can always do too? I've done this in the past with like my team and stuff. I sent them Amazon cards, and then they could just purchase their books off of Amazon for the hard copy.
Oh my gosh, yes. I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah, yes, I've done that before too.
Exactly.
So I've even sent an Amazon card to England. And thing. So all I need is just the email address from that person, and then I just send them an Amazon card, and then they can go ahead and purchase the book.
There you go.
So yeah, and if they don't want to purchase Angel's Girl, they got 46 other choices to choose from.
Okay, Karen, you said that you were having a little trouble with light, medium, and dark color. Yeah, let me show you that. So what you do is you always pick out 3 pencil colors that are a light, a medium, and a dark. Okay, and in this case, I've got light, medium, and dark browns because I'm working on the hair right now.
And here's my blues that I'm working on.
Yeah, and she's got her light, medium, and dark blues for the hair that she's doing. And what I do, now Laura does this a little bit different, Karen, differently, but I like to color my dark areas first. So I'll do that on this piece of hair so you can see. And I'll come in a little bit closer. So I'm coloring my dark areas. And then I'm coming through, and I like to work with my lights next. So you can clearly see now where my light areas are. And that leaves your mediums. And then I'm coming through with my medium pencil. And I use that to blend everything together. Does that help, Karen? And then what I'll do is I'll go back, for example, with my darks, and I'm going to go ahead and make this intersection of the hair. That's how you do grayscale, sweetie. Now, Laura likes to do her light areas first, then her mediums, then her darks. Then I'm going to come back with my dark just because I want to play with it a little bit. And this is where it is perfectly okay to stray away from what the artist has put in for colors, for shades, because this is your piece. Okay. So let me pull out so you can see. So Laura, if you want to take a peek at your screen, that's where I am so far.
Okay.
And she's
So
going
this
to
is
show
where
you
I'm
her
at.
side by side. Oh, I love the blues. Beautiful. Really beautiful.
Thank you.
Karen, yeah, I blend after laying down the medium because I use the medium to blend. Exactly. Now, what I want you guys to notice on mine is that this looks pretty dark here because it's just the way that the image is. So I want to balance this. Actually, no, I don't. And I'll tell you why. Because the halo actually is making the hair on the top look lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that the way it is. But again, don't be afraid to tweak your colorings. So after I'm done putting my colors down to the light, medium, and dark, I almost start coloring it like I'm doing line art, meaning that I'll go ahead and start shading and playing around with however I want to tweak it. Do you do that, Laura?
I do. I do. I will sit there and start, if I don't like that, I'll start off with my light colors, and I'll start shading, and then I'm like, I don't know. Then I usually go up to my medium colors and start shading.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I like, sometimes light colors are just too light, but then in certain areas you need to have those light colors, so.
Exactly. And the problem is when people are learning coloring, and it's okay up to a point where you know, where you lockstep with the image, but after a while you want to start adding your own coloring expertise. And trust me, you'll get there. So Karen, if you watch this, because I'm gonna pop over to that heart, and you'll really see what's going to happen with the light, medium, and dark. All right. Now, again, I've left my eyes blank yet. I haven't done any color on them because I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. And that's another point that I'm going to bring up, is that if you don't know exactly what you want, leave it. Now, this strand of hair right here was just one light, but I'm going to add a couple of lines of my darker color. Okay. Does all that make sense, Karen? All right, let me do something real quick here. And if you are new to my group and coming in here for the first time, do not hesitate asking questions. This is why we are here. And this is why I broadcast live every night, 7 p.m. CST, Central Standard Time. I'm in Tennessee in the United States, until 10 p.m. And Laura Kilgore is my guest tonight, guest artist. And she has graciously given us a freebie to color, which is this. This is in our albums. And you can download it and color it and enter it for a contest. Okay, so I'm going to play with this heart. Laura, are you going to go the conventional red on the heart?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it would look good with her blue hair.
Uh-huh.
But then I'm over here going, I don't know, purple looks pretty good though too.
Oh, go purple.
Yeah. A nice light purple in there with really dark.
Okay, so Karen, what I'm doing is I'm picking out my light, medium, and dark reds. So I'm going to show you up close that process. So there's a dark, maybe a light. Oh, and then a medium here. That worked out. So there's my dark. Oops, I accidentally picked up my light again. Sorry. I'm a dork. Okay, let's try this again. So there's my dark. There's my medium. And there's my light. So Karen said she wanted to know if I ever used only 2 colors and just change up the pressure. Are you in the UK or Canada because of the way you spell colors? C-O-L-O-U-R-S. I have used 2 before. Reds are different. Okay. Oh, reds are difficult for me to choose. Glad you're going over it. Okay. No, you are not supposed to use 2 colors for a grayscale. Always 3, light, medium, dark. Canada. Oh, Canada. La da 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 da. That's right.
Our home in nature land, true patriot love. See, I still know that anthem.
There you go.
It's been many years, but I do know that anthem.
One night I was feeling really spunky and I played the anthems for Canada, Australia, and the United States. Okay, so Laura's from Canada.
I am. I'm from New Brunswick, Canada.
That's right. But she's in the United States now. 2 years ago, she became an American citizen.
I did. But they still laugh at me when I say Zed. I mean, they will always laugh at me when I say Zed. I mean, because that's the last letter of the alphabet, Zed.
Oh, for Z, exactly, Zed. I recognize it. Yep.
And everybody just laughs at me. And when my parents were here visiting, I go, Mom, what's the last letter of the alphabet? She goes, Zed. And see, I tell you my point right there. It's Zed.
That's right.
Yeah, when I first moved here, a lot of people would laugh at me when I would say I'm going out and about and the mouse in the house, because the way I said house about.
Yeah, a boot.
I've had people stop me and they go, "Are you from Minnesota?" And I'm like, "No." Then they're going, "You're from Canada then?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Oh, and I also played the UK national anthem as well. So I was in rare form that night because I have people come in from all over the world. Okay, so I'm going ahead here and I'm coloring in my dark areas. Oh, and Laura, I bet you had fun trying to convert from metric to the English system.
Actually, it was pretty easy.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yes. I was like, oh, I mean, I took it in high school for many, many years, and I do it now. It's like my mom's like, we're going to get 20 centimeters of snow tomorrow. And I'm like, could you tell me that in inches, please?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I have to look at my phone. What's 20 centimeters of snow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a lot of snow, Mom.
Yeah,
But I love my mom.
Oh, I was going to say, we're the only idiots in the world that didn't go metric.
I so love my mom, but she is, you can tell that she is so Canadian because it's everything she says when she talks to you afterwards, pretty much, is always A.
Yes.
She'll go, I went to the store the other day, A.
Yeah.
And I got this beautiful bread spread, eh? And then I'm like, really? Oh, I'm so excited for you, Mom. How beautiful, eh?
Yeah.
And then I'll say it a couple, and she'll go, are you making fun of me? I go, I would never do that, eh?
Yeah.
But she is truly Canadian because I've never picked up on the A saying, but my mom, she really does.
Well, I'm from the Buffalo, New York area, which is in the northeastern part of New York State, where the Lake Erie and Lake Huron come together. And then I moved to Tennessee. I've been down here, 14 years now. And so I would talk to my friends back north, and of course I sounded Southern to them. But then after a while, so I'd get off the phone and then I would talk to my friends here in Tennessee, and they said I sounded Northern because of course I was adjusting to what I was hearing on the phone. So I just couldn't win.
That happens to me all the time when I go back home to visit my family in Canada. I come back and I'm like, oh, I am so talking like them right now. But it's always a good thing, though. And I had family members tell me, they're going, you sound so American now.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does that even mean? I sound so American right now. I didn't know there was such a language, American.
Really? Okay, Karen. So notice that I've colored in all the dark areas on the heart. And now I'm going to come through with my lightest color of the three that I chose. And I'm going to color in those areas. And I want you to notice that I'm back blending into the dark color, okay? Because you want a transition there. So what you want to do is you want to muddy that transition between your colors as much as possible. Oh, so Laura, are you going to be able to make it tomorrow night here to watch our little Christmas concert?
I think I might be able to.
Okay.
Not sure if my mother-in-law needs me to do some stuff with her tomorrow night or not, but I should be able to.
Yeah, if you can, that would be great. Melissa Big's son. Melissa, you still hanging with us tonight? Robbie has been picking up how to play piano really well, and I invited him to come on for Christmas. And play a few tunes. Yeah, and play a few tunes for us.
And how old is Robbie?
11.
11. Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Okay, so Karen, I'm doing all my light areas. Now, I don't want you guys to get fussy, super fussy about grayscale and hitting these areas, especially with something like this heart, because you have teeny tiny white light areas. So relax, 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 relax when you're coloring. No, I'm not really using a lot of pressure doing the light. And that's where color selection is going to make a difference. I have a robust medium color. Now, if you want to use lighter colors and build that up, you certainly can. That's a different technique. Whatever works for you. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my medium color. So are you going to do a purple heart?
I am.
I think that'll be fantastic.
I'm almost done with I'm almost done with the hair, so.
Okay. So Laura, what I'm trying to explain to you is that your skills are so good that really when you fuss over detail, it's really I'm not sure how much more value you're adding to the picture. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, there's my blue hair so far.
Oh man, I love it. So I'm using my medium color here. And the neat thing about this particular heart is it looks almost like a granite stone. And so it's got all these facets of colors in them, the dark and the light. And that dark color makes it look like it's a almost like a ruby. Now, on this heart, I deliberately chose a darker, let me change my light, there we go. I deliberately chose a darker red to make that look like a granite stone heart. Hopefully that makes sense. So Laura, what it really turns out is you color about the same speed that I do. Karen, I use just standard cardstock. And that always works for me. What I would do if you're not sure about paper to use is I would post that question in whatever coloring groups that you end up that you belong to. Okay, we lost Laura. She should be coming back shortly. Zoom out. She'll be back shortly. All right, let me see if we can get you. All right, we'll get her back in. Now, what I want you to notice now, the subtle shades of red here that we have in the heart. And you'll see these two shades. And that's what the light, medium, and dark does for you. Now, this is where I like to go through and then add my own little doohickeys. So I'm going to add some more of the dark spots to make like looking cracks in the stone. So this is where you go ahead and add your own decorations on it. And then I'm also using my dark to blend between my other colors. So just play with it, guys. Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments about how I'm doing that? Rhonda, you still with us? Karen, I do line art and grayscale. Now I'm going to go through here and I'm going to add, I'm taking white pencil and I'm going to add what in effect is a white halo line here. So Karen, yes, I do line art as well. I don't do just grayscale. All right, let's see if we can get Laura back. Hello, welcome back.
Hello. I don't know why it keeps kicking me off.
Okay, so notice how I have added this white line to the outside of the hair. And again, I haven't done the eyes yet. Now, this is where, while Laura's doing her heart, this is where I'm going to go through and I'm going to use my, I decided to do this, is I'm going to use my Faber Castell 103. And what that will do is that will smooth out the skin. So Laura, when you were using your Faber Castell 103, you were using that for your light color, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay. This is where I'm going ahead and using the Faber Castell 103 for blending. Let me pull in. Now, Faber Castell 103, the way I use it, it's an ivory color. It's neutral, and I've used it over things like fabric and stuff like that. If you think that your 103 is lightening out your colors too much, then you go back with your light, medium, dark. And touch up your colors. For example, right over this eye, I lost a little bit of the color, so I'm just going to go ahead and touch that back on. And because I've got several layers of pencil, it'll go on beautifully. Now notice the differences between our skins, between what Laura's doing and I'm doing. Mine is a little more rustic looking. Because of the way that I am spreading my colors around. Laura's got a very soft, ethereal look on hers, as Rhonda mentioned. Her colors are lighter than mine are. What happens if you burnish accidentally and can't apply a different color? Sometimes it happens that the paper will only accept so much pencil. And all I can say at that point is just do the best repair that you can. I have had that happen. And Karen, as you're coloring, you start to, how to describe it? You can feel through your pencils how things are going. You really can. And right now I can tell through the feeling of my pencil that I'm reaching my limit. Okay. And notice now, because I'm going over this with my Faber Castell 103, is I'm starting to get that real much softer look. Okay. Let me pull out. So did that answer your question, Karen? Sometimes it happens. It's a little hard to explain. That you will reach your limit with your colors. Right, Laura?
Yes, I've done that many times. I'm like, oh no, I've even started scratching my paper.
Yep.
And I have thick cardstock that I print my pictures on.
So what paper do you use?
I use the cardstock 110 base.
Okay.
And it's this one, the last one I had, it had a little texture to it, but this one is smooth. And actually I like the smooth a lot better with the little texture to it.
What brand is it?
I got this one off of Amazon. It is Nexact. It's Nexact.
Okay.
I think it runs from like $22 around that area.
Yeah.
And it's got 250 sheets in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I first started, I was just using regular paper, and I'm like, I don't like this paper. It keeps curling. Why does all my paper keep curling?
Yeah.
and then I got into cardstock, and I was like, oh, this is so much better.
Yep. Okay.
People see it. My heart. My heart.
And again, guys, Karen, I don't know if you were in for this conversation, but the number one skill that you need to learn in coloring is blending. Okay. And again, I haven't done my eyes yet. Karen has done hers. Laura has done hers. I'm thinking of Karen.
No, I haven't done mine.
Oh, you haven't done yours? Okay.
No, I haven't done mine yet. I think I might do my face just a little bit tad darker. I see that there's a few spots that I need to touch up on and stuff, so I might just touch up on them, and I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I'm going to leave them skin tone or if I'm just going to put some color to it. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I haven't decided about mine either. I'm there with you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would look really beautiful just with the skin tone, but I'm not sure yet. And then just put a pop of color for the lips.
Exactly. Okay, so notice that I'm adding a little bit of pink here to the cheeks. Yeah, the last thing that you want to do is make this angel look like it's got a lot of makeup on, because that sexualizes the piece. And I definitely don't want to do that.
No, I like the settledness of it. I love her face just being really settled.
Yep. And notice on the lips as well that you have a light, medium, and dark.
So for lips, I don't know what it is, but I like to just put like a little hint of white, to help define some of the lips.
Exactly, and I'm there with you. I'm actually going to use my Faber Castell 103. And what Laura is talking about, if you look at her lips in a moment, let's see, let me zoom in. Now, if you have to use a touch of a blender pencil, that's okay, but be very, very light with it. And notice the little splash of white on the lips. It just gives them a little bit of a shine. Isn't that cool?
It's beautiful.
Okay. Now, it looks wonky close up, but that's how I teach, is I teach close up and then I'll show the piece, you know, from a distance. And that's where you can tell the difference. And then I like to add a little bit of shading, just like Laura did, where the lips come together. Just a touch. Okay. And I'm using a little bit of my Faber Castell 103 to smooth out my colors. And remember, guys, you're going to do this in layers. That's the whole trick. Now, I also want to point out that if you decide to use this Faber Castell 103 on your hair, right now I've used it on the very top and you can see the color difference. But by the time you go ahead and use it on the other strands, you're not going to notice that difference at all. So don't let it spook you. Having said that, you don't want to, as I was pointing out to Karen, you want to watch out for your layers. You're going to start to feel again when your colors are not working and they're starting to get funny. Oh, she got kicked off again. So when Laura comes back on, we'll say goodnight because we are about to the end of our broadcast time. Okay. So remember, as you add this 103 and it starts to lighten out your whole piece, again, don't let that throw you, because once you do it to the entire piece, it'll look uniform and it won't look funny. Okay. So notice now how that's looking nice and smooth. And this is where you can come back in, if you like, with your other browns. Because see, when you add that 103, you're adding a layer. And that layer is going to let you play with additional colors. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, so I've gotten a little lighter than I want in the recesses of the hair where it comes together. So now I'm just going to go back in and touch that up. And because I have all these layers, it works beautifully and comes out very smooth. Oops. Okay, Laura, we're about ready to wrap up. We've got about 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Boy, this time flew, didn't it?
It really did. I mean, I got skin, hair, and half a heart.
There you go.
But I promise I will finish coloring this and I will post it.
Excellent.
On your site.
Excellent. Okay, so let me pull out as well. Oh, that is beautiful. I love it.
Oh, wow. That's gorgeous.
Hold on, I'm going to flip the screen and then flip it back and then there we go. Okay, so let me pull out. Oh, they both came out well. So I want you guys to see the 2 different styles that we have. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely love to do color alongs with artists, because you can see somebody else other than me, and you can see them side by side. Now, don't forget, Laura's got Wine Time, Anytime. These are the 2 books that I have. Your latest release was what, Just Friends?
Best Friends?
Oh, Best Friends. Okay.
Yes, Best Friends.
And then this is Angel Girl. That's the one I'm working on right now. These are both available on our affiliate list. So if you purchase through that, we get a small percentage of the sale. So again, don't forget these books. And again, here's our side by side. All right, Laura, thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Thank you for having me, ILene. I really appreciate it.
Well,
I'm sorry I wasn't as talkative, but I promise next time I'll be more talkative. It's just I'm trying to hold my voice and my coughing and all that stuff. So.
Well, actually that's fine. I mean, it worked out, and I figured that you would just go ahead and chime in, as you needed to. But we got the goal accomplished. Yes. And I think I just love to see the comparison, and this is, again, exactly why I do this. Now, I want to point something out to you. And Laura, you need to listen to this as well. Guys, it's your art. It's what you do with it. You have got to stop comparing your pieces to other people. So I'm not going to look at Laura's and say, oh my gosh, that's better than mine, yada, yada, yada. She did the blue, whatever. You've got to be confident in what you're coloring. And I don't want you, excuse me, to have your hesitation stifle your creativity, Laura.
No, it won't. I promise.
And you've got to stop looking at your own pieces and say, is it good enough? Is it good enough? Is it good enough? You post your work and you let people decide whether they like it or not. And the only comparison
that is true.
That's right. And the only comparison you should ever be making, anyone, is to your previous works. Are you improving? Are you getting better? If you are, then that's perfect. So I love you guys. I'm so glad that you participated tonight. Thank you for showing Laura support. This particular video will go up to YouTube, so it'll be there as well. And it'll also be on my Facebook group, so you'll be able to see it. All right, guys, this is ILene Vick for teaching, and Laura Kilgore for teaching adult coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous, joyous coloring. Love you guys. Tell your friends about the group. They don't have to color. Let them just come in and watch and listen. Luba, wonderful to meet you. Luba, send me a request and I'll send you my picture. I will see you guys same time, same place tomorrow night. Please don't forget that Bobby's going to be here. And we'll get some Christmas music. And we've got the color along. All right, guys, take care. And I will, again, like I said, see you tomorrow night. Have a great, great rest of the evening. All right. Love you guys to death. Be kind to each other. I know you are. Our group is known for that. So just love on each other. All right, guys. Again, Laura, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.